And here, Lepers Proprietary Trading. Just got one of the guys here that's we're talking about some trades, some trades that he's taken, and I just want to point out a few things that might be interesting to everybody. You can see here I've got the Euro USD, I've got the momentum indicator set to 8 on the bottom, I've got the RSI, the blue one, set to 14 just there. So let's just go over what's kind of happened or let's transpired in the last 24 hours or so. Let's have a look at the DXY. What's interesting is we've now just broken out of this range on the DXY. Okay, we might see some further upside to this move. It was either going to do one of two things. It was either going to continue moving up, or it was going to break to the downside. So now that we've broken to the upside, we might see a continuation of the movement up. So therefore, this is why we've got this break to the downside on the Euro USD, and also the further break to the downside on the sterling. So let's go over to sterling. Remember my last video that I sent out that's on the blog at the moment. We've got this 618 area here from this up move. Okay, this 618 still might have something about it. It may still work, but we can see here that there was a double bottom forming in here, and there was a nice long opportunity. However, if you had your stop in here, it was just a stop. So this is really displaying to us that the US dollar has strength. Okay. And obviously the Brexit issues that there's still fundamental drivers that are still weakening all of this stuff in here. So let's just have a look at a nice pattern that's actually formed that formed yesterday. Let's go down to the 5-minute chart. I just want to point out that here was the double bottom. One bottom here, there's a 5-minute chart, and there's another bottom in here, okay, and then let me just draw in the legs here of what we're doing. So we've got A, or XA, and some of you might be able to know what I'm just about to do, AB, BC, and then CD. Okay, and this area right here was just like a further pullback, but this has got significance to it. Okay, and this will be, if anybody recognises this pattern, this is actually a butterfly pattern, butterfly buy pattern. Okay, so if I put it in here and I go up into here, now this D point, here's our point D right there. Okay. And that's D. If I draw from XA, right, point D falls right on. This fib level here is the 1272. Okay, dead on. Okay, so then we had this big bullish move to the upside, and then you can see we've got a little bit more of the same sort of pattern going on here, and you'll find that this. Let me get rid of everything. Let me go on to here. Let's see what this one is. Okay. Okay, and we've got the same level there. Yep. Okay, that's the 1272. Okay, so we've got another butterfly pattern in there, which is pretty ugly. It's an ugly one, but it's still got a significance to it. Okay, so let's have a look at the euro. Okay, here we go. So we've got this nice divergence in here, in there, and there's our divergence, and we've got, let's call this X, A, and then we go A, B. Some guys might have taken it, I don't know, I certainly did it, okay, it didn't work for me, but I did it. I took a long in here at this cross of the two moving averages, and the 50%, okay, very nice trade to the upside, okay, but obviously it didn't work. It had a test, and then it fell away, okay. All right, so then we've got AB, and then we've got BC. Let me put in all of the markers in here. Let's go in here, and guys could see what we're kind of doing in here as well. is that we've got another geometric pattern in here, don't we? Okay. Oops, pretty ugly. Let me do that a bit better. Okay. So let's put here, we put X. Whoops, X. There's X. Here is, and here is D, okay? Here's point D. What do we do at point D? We may decide to buy, okay? Now, point D, we haven't quite got to the 1272 or the 1618, have we? So I don't think this is over, okay? We might come back down into here. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So next, what you might be able to recognise out of this whole pattern in here, if this does come down into the 1272 and the 1618, it's a buying area for a continuation to move. But if we take a longer time frame in this, let me get rid of everything. If we take a longer time frame in here, let's have a look over here. Usually we'll find, see how we've got this move in here? Usually we find, because we've got this all these buyers that walked in here, okay, we'll find that this here will be divergence. Yep. Okay.
Amazing. Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it? Okay. So then we've got we might have some more buying, and that my buying pressure will bring us back up to $1.17. Now, $1.15 is pretty low. Do you think we'll be able to see $1.14 at the one? Let's take our Fibonacci again of XA. So we might be looking at even $1.1470, or maybe look at that, guys. That 1272 sits on $1.15 exactly. So we've got a fundamental handle, and we've got the 1272, right? Okay, so that's maybe a nice buying area, or if you're trailing this short, this could be an area where you might see a reaction of some sort. But let's wait until tonight when the Euro session opens, and then we'll see what they do with it, okay? But if we do take if we do have our limit order just in front of this $1.15 area, then our stop should be just below the 1618. Yep. Okay. Below below the 1618. And then what we do is we will look for a target based, where do we put our target? There's two places that we can place our target. We take a trend line across here. There's our target. Yep. Or we can just take, I guess, the down leg. Right. Back up into the 200 period moving average. Yep. Yeah. All right. But let's see. But we've got to remember, right? That we've still got the dollar being strengthening. So it may be a short-term play. If you want to stand in front of the freight train, it might be a short-term trade. But if you want to follow the trend and stay true to the trend, which is currently a downtrend, right? Then we might want to take, if you want to take it, we go of this last leg back up to the 50, see what happens at the 50. Yeah. But make sure that 50 coincides with these two. The two moving averages, okay? If they're not there, then don't do it. So if remember the filter as well that we use, if we do have divergence, we may not want to keep going short, okay? If we've got divergence present, okay? Because we're using divergence to filter us out, okay? All right. Okay, either way you go, just make sure that the risk is managed and you move that stop. As soon as you've got some reaction in your favour, move the stop to below the C point or below the entry point the swing of price, not your entry, okay? Because that's a mistake that a lot of guys make, is they bring it up to entry, but we got to remember that. Let's have a look at this. That if we're trading, right? We enter. Let's say that we enter here, on the way down, right, our stop sits below point C. Yep. Not up at entry at point C. Yep. Okay. Because if this does turn around like this, right, and you've got your stop up here, it could turn around like this. Does that make sense? It's the price must break this last low over here for it to be a change. Yep. Okay, so that's where your stop is, just in here. Okay. All right. Now, for those guys who are in the education side, I'm going to go through a new strategy with everybody, and I just spoke to my last one-on-one coaching student here that we're going to go through a strategy in our strategy session, which is on the 15th. Let's just hold on, guys. 15th of September. Okay, so we've got the one that's coming up on the 25th, which I hope everyone can get to. But for all of the paid guys, anybody who's in the full coaching and support membership, on the 15th, I'm going to go through the breakouts. The 50% rule in detail. I'm also going to go through the news-related strategy in detail, and then also we've got an alert EA, which will alert you direct to your SMS about those trades. Okay, and I'm also going to go through a new strategy which nobody knows about at this point, which is called false breakout cover strategy. Okay, and that basically means that if this does fail, then we've got an opportunity to continue trading. Okay, so false breakout cover. Okay, but I'll go through that in detail on the 15th of September. Okay, so I'll leave that there, and I'll see you later. Bye.